level of strength and conditioning required at international is quite high. We have set in place what we believe to be the required standards to play international netball. From an athleticism point of view, your strength, power, speed, agility, those qualities are relatively similar across position, but the capacity to do that over and over is different, especially when you're in the mid-court. Yeah.
Good to see you, mate.
Preparing for camps like this, we're up to 10 sessions a week leading in of both strength, conditioning and a little bit of speed and repeated speed work. Today was a big day of squatting. We tend to focus a little bit on Olympic lifting, which is a great way of generating power for these sports. And we did some single leg exercises just to make sure that they're strong and can hold their base well when they're getting hit on court.
It wasn't too good having to wake up at 6 o'clock this morning. Just heading into the Olympic weightlifting, so gotta get these gains.
When you lift, if you just lift and kick your knees forward, once the bar passes your knees, you've lost contact with it anyway. So as you lift up, you've got to push your knees back so that the bar can... Does that make sense?
Technique in the gym is important. With some of the girls here, they're obviously very tall, and they do have some restrictions around squatting depth and what they can and can't pull from the floor when we're doing Olympic lifting. So it's really important to try and get that right so we can, one, protect them against injury in the gym, and two, try and get the most out of the lift. Netball is very much a strength-power sport. It requires a lot of strength for the deceleration because obviously with the rules of netball you're not allowed to run with the ball. So every time you get the ball you've got to stop dead, and that requires a lot of strength. For the acceleration, beating the player really requires a lot of power to change your mass going one way to another. And then of course there's the jumping component. I've been involved in netball since 2008. And there definitely has been a shift in the sport. The game is certainly getting more physical at the top level. So the girls need to be really robust to stand up to the hits that they take and the pressure that goes on mentally as well. Some of the injuries that we see are pretty horrific in netball, the ACL being a big one. So we really have to have a high level of lower body strength relative to your own body weight to prevent injuries as much as injuries can be prevented.
Where you go? Pull, 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 pull. Come on, team, get up.
How hard do I push the players? I suppose I like to think that we push them quite hard. In the end, it will come down to how hard the player wants to push themselves. They're all highly driven individuals. The girls know each other really well, and it's really nice to see encouragement and driving each other to lift better and go that extra inch, hopefully, to get us over the line.